Hey everybody, welcome back to this Suikoden walkthrough. We just defeated the zombie dragon, and I did get lucky, and at least I think I got lucky and got the lightning crystal. One thing I'll say is it seemed to me that it was almost every single. I think I got the drop from like every single boss. So I almost wonder if I just was that lucky, or if maybe they increased the drop rate from what I was expecting. Cause I mean, there's one boss here that's got less than a 1% chance to drop an item after combat, or that's what it's listed at anyway. And I got it on the first try. So I don't know. I almost wonder if they maybe adjusted the rates for the PlayStation Network version, but I'm not sure. So, hey, maybe I just got that lucky. I don't know. But so here we've just got the castle, and this is gonna be kind of our home base. I think this was probably the coolest thing that I liked about this game and actually the series is that you kind of get a home base, You're not just, running around through the fields and hacking down monsters. Ooh, wow, I am got the yawns going. That's usually not a good thing. And one of the cool things too about the castle is that as you recruit more characters, it gets bigger. And actually, that is the requirement actually for some of the characters is you have to have a certain amount of, or your castle has to be at a certain level. So kind of builds on itself. And then if you talk to Luck here, you can see I don't know what these stones are called, but you can see all the different stars of destiny. I don't know how useful it is. It does at least tell you a little bit of information about them, but yeah, I don't know. I guess if you just want to look at a snapshot of your characters, I guess it's good for that at least. The only thing that I don't quite like is how the areas are set up differently. As you upgrade, like Matthew won't be here in this room. He'll be up on the highest floor. And I guess I don't know what ends up being in this little spot here. I don't think I used Luck at all. He's one of the best casters in the entire game. But, I don't know. I actually didn't use magic much in this game, to be honest. I kind of like powered my way through with the melee characters. I think I just kicked him out right away. And I don't know, maybe I must have put the fisherman in at least for a little bit anyway. I kind of feel like Yamku must not have lasted very long though either, because I don't remember fighting with him very much. Oh, I think I use these guys just to shove my garbage onto. Now that I think about it. Yeah. I just gave them all my stuff because eventually you'll get a warehouse here where you can just, you can throw all your items in there. But obviously I don't have that, or haven't recruited that character quite yet, so I kind of used these two to just kind of throw all my junk on. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. Oh. I guess to throw more junk on him. I think I had like specifics in mind that I wanted to keep on those two. I think it was like my the fragments, like the stat upgrade items, as well as the fragments that you can attach to weapons. Because I didn't plan on putting those on anyone yet. I think I was kind of going back and forth on who I was actually going to use those all on. But I will say, I guess one thing, if you ever plan on using the stat item dupe trick or whatever, I don't know I don't know if it's got a name or not, but anyways, the trick that you can use to keep boosting your stats up with those different items. If you ever plan on doing that, you know, I don't know if I would say wait until later to do it, because I mean, frankly, it's not, you know, it's not going to do you that much good at the end of the, like, to wait until the end of the game to use it, you know. If you're planning on doing it, you may as well do it sooner than later. So, food for thought. Luck is not actually he's not a very good frontline character. I'm not real sure why I put him up there. Wow, he's got a speed ring though. You can't get those until basically the end of the game. Unfortunately, you know, it's permanently equipped, so you can't take it off of him and use it on somebody else, but it's still kind of interesting nonetheless. And I don't know why I came over here. I guess I was just exploring a little bit, but I didn't plan on. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if there's anybody over in that area of the castle right now. So I kind of was just wasting time, I guess. And there's the dragon statue. So here's actually the first point where you can recruit some people. And actually, I made the mistake of going over here. This is where I think it's like the pirate fortress or something like that. And I don't think you can recruit these guys yet. I do know that in order to get them, you have to take both Tai-Ho and Yamku over here. Oh, I stopped here first, and you can't get this. These guys just kick you out. They're actually, unfortunately, there really isn't anywhere that you can explore with the boat. I mean, I guess you can, but it's not going to do you any good, because you're not going to be able to go anywhere. They'll just, basically anywhere that you can jump out at, they just kick you right back out. Let's see if I had. Yeah, so here's I don't know if these guys are called I think they're considered the pirates. And if you take Tai-Ho and Yamku here later, they'll join you, but you can't fight them yet. And of course you do have to fight them in order for them to join you. And I don't know, I didn't think they were very difficult, but you know, I was pretty over leveled, so may not have been may not be a very good example of you know, well, my characters aren't your average party, I guess. They're pretty well beefed up. You know, I never tried coming here with Tai-Ho and Yamku right away, just to see what they would say. I have a feeling that it doesn't really matter. I don't think you're meant to have those characters join you for quite a while. And that whirlpool right there, or the maelstrom, you can't get by until much later. So again, you know, I just ran around here, drove around just to explore and see what was up here, but there's nowhere. There isn't really anywhere accessible yet. So, I think I just ended up back here over at, wow, you know what, I'm not going to remember the name of this town. But here's actually an area that you'll get to later. A suspicious character, who are you? Ah! That's actually one of the endgame dungeons. So again, that's another spot that you will not be able to explore for a long time. Alright, let's see what I ended up doing. Hopefully at least progressing a little. Kaku. Meg here won't join you until you find her uncle. Chuppo. What a name. Oh, I guess I sharpened up Luck's weapon. What am I doing? Just do the most random stuff. Leave town? Oh, go right back in. I'm sure I must have forgot something. I don't know. I don't remember this point in the game. I don't remember what I was like. Oh, okay. I guess I must have at least thought that Camille was going to be useful for a little while, but again, in all honesty, I don't remember even using her much, so she must not have stayed in my party for very much longer than this. Although, you know, again, and I discussed it actually in maybe it was the previous video, but she actually does get really good at the end of the game, and well, she's not bad right now. She's actually a decent character. She reminds me a lot of like the hero. You know, she's medium ranged, very similar magic stats and whatnot. But here we have Chandler. And this guy is going to be the one that puts the item shop in the castle. So obviously a very useful character to pick up. And you can't get here through Quaba. I think I tried on multiple occasions, and you can't get back through there, not until the end of the game. Unfortunately. Which I actually did discuss, and I don't know, I don't know if that was the last video or the one previous to that, but which is unfortunate, you know, you can't really, you're kind of blocked off from that area for a long time. Alright, and here's Murray. She puts the inn at your castle, which is actually fairly useful. More so towards the end of the game, once your castle becomes a little more, I don't know, it's a little easier to get to and from your castle later on in the game. Like right now it's a little cumbersome with, you know, you have to walk around the world map and then go to Kaku or whatever, hop on the boat and then drive back, so you know it's a little cumbersome, but eventually it gets better. Alright, who else do we have in this town? Is Apple here yet? No, she's not here yet. There's a character named Apple that we'll be recruiting at Matthew's house a little later. Nobody here. I did just run around and checked all of these shops though, just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Chapman's the item. Wait, is it Chapman? Chandler. I'm sorry. Chandler's items, the ones that he has for sale in your castle, are the same items that you have looked at previously at other shops. So basically, he's like a superstore. So he has the inventory from all of the shops that you've ever looked at, the item shops, that is. The armor shop, there'll be another character that you recruit later that acts actually the exact same way. So unfortunately, it'll be a while before we get that character, but that is why in a previous video I mentioned that it's always a good thing to check all the shops every time you go to a new town. And then there we have Sergei, and he puts the elevator in to the castle, which is actually very useful as well. I think I forgot to grab Taiho, because I think at the bottom, or that area that you recruited Taiho at, I think if you bring him back there, there's another character that you can recruit. I might be jumping ahead of myself, but that may be later, but we'll see. And here we have Lorelei. So I tried to grab her earlier, but but I couldn't. I was high enough level, but she just will not join until you have the castle. So I believe it's if your main character is level 25, she will join you. Alrighty. Cleo luck. Yeah, this group setup must not have lasted very long, because again, I just don't remember. I do not remember using Camille or Luck for very long at all. So we'll see. And I had just bought that guard robe not too long ago. So that didn't last long. And the toe shoes would have been better on her, but I see I didn't keep those on. Eventually, those toe shoes you will use later on to recruit another character, but I don't know. It's I don't know if I would say that they're worth hanging on to the whole time. Like, I guess you may as well, just because they're decent defensively. But that being said, when you go to actually recruit the character I'm referring to, there's a shop in the same town that sells toe shoes. So, whatever. Hang on to them, I guess, if you want, but don't sweat it. Don't worry about keeping them the whole game if you decide that they're not worth hanging on to for whatever reason. All right, and here's our bath guy, Sensuke, something like that. Again, I'm pretty horrible with pronunciation, so. Alright, here's our first blacksmith. Which one is this? Maz? Alright. I don't think you can ever go up there. Now that I think about it, I don't think that there's ever a time. Unless I missed it. Alright, apparently it was time to save. See, yeah, 17 hours already? That's kind of insane. I put a lot of time in already. Alright, and then I guess I took a cut of going back outside. And here's the Beastmaster. This is what I was talking about. That character in the back. You can get a Pharaoh rune to drop from her, which I did end up getting, and then, you know, like I think I had mentioned, I never actually ended up using it. It's just, and it's unfortunate. Like, this game, it stinks that you can only have one rune on each character, because it just kind of makes that rune pointless. There just isn't much reason to use it. Because, like, anybody that you would want to put it on, you know, it's like, well, there just isn't any point, because anybody that's weak enough to like, need its use, you're going to want to have, you know, casting magic or something. You're going to want to have a magic rune on them. I guess maybe if you're trying to level up a low-level female or low-level character, but even then it feels like you may as well just use a fortune rune instead, you know, to double that character's incoming experience. So, you know, again, a cool effect on it. It's just, it's not useful, unfortunately. So, I guess it is what it is. And here we have Kai. And if this guy isn't just the most OP guy in the game, I don't know what is. If you put Kai in your party for the rest of the game, you'll be quite happy. Kai has a unite attack with the hero that hits every monster, and I believe they do double damage, if I remember right. So it's insane. It's just, ugh. It actually makes most of the fights in the game boring, in all honesty. Well, I shouldn't say that. So, the usefulness of Kai is for trash. I call it trash. That's all these groups of little monsters that, you know, you can usually just wipe out with one hit. And so like I said, he's useful for trash. He's not very good in boss fights. He's actually, frankly, pretty terrible in boss fights. Just because his damage output is really low. And he already has a rune equipped. And it's permanently attached to him. So that's his biggest, that's his real only flaw. If you would have been able to equip him with a different rune, he would have just been good all the time, the whole time. Wow, I guess I take that back. I don't know what his magic, like how many spells he could cast towards the end of the game. So I guess maybe that could have been a hang up too. But, you know, it's insane. He's the only character in the game that has a unite attack with the hero. So, and then on top of that, it hits everything for double damage. So it's just, it's really insane. And I'm pretty sure I put him in my party like right away, and it was pretty rare for me to not take him with. So you will get to see his battle prowess firsthand here. Oh, Marie here, in order to recruit another character, you need to talk to Marie and actually stay here over and over and over. She'll randomly have a dialogue that'll be different, obviously, from this. There we go. Finally opened my inn, but I have no time to prepare the food. Do you know a good cook? Once she says that, then you're good to go. And there's another character that we can go recruit. I'm trying to think of his name. Antonio, I believe it is. We'll see. Can't remember which town he's actually in. Okay, what did I forget? I forgot something. Man. And it's so cumbersome getting on the boat, get off the boat, get on the boat, get off the boat, but yeah. It gets better. Luckily. I think Moss is kind of worthless, actually. In all honesty, he's pretty worthless. You can only sharpen your tools to level 5, and basically any even the lowest, crummiest blacksmith in the game can go to 5. So, unfortunately, but he is used for recruiting. Maybe even more than one character later. It's one for sure. It could be more. And I don't know why I jumped in here. I think I thought maybe I had some antiques in my inventory that I could have placed, but I didn't. So, oh well. My bad. All right. So, there must be somebody that I need to recruit here. And most likely I need somebody else to do it. So we'll find out here. I'm betting Luck gets kicked here pretty soon, because again, I don't remember using him at all. So yeah, Camille's got pretty, well, I want to say pretty decent magic, but oh, she's level 20. Okay, so she's 6 levels under the hero, and yeah, I don't know. It seems like she's got good magic. Better than Gremio, at least. Look at he's 26. Not as good as Luck, though. But Luck is, again, ridiculous. Like I was saying earlier, he's one of the best magic casters in the game, so it's hard to... It is hard to beat him out as far as magic goes. Gosh, I vaguely remember having to take Tai-Ho for something. I just don't remember what it was. Sansuke and Sergei there are completely worthless. Those guys are just horrible. They're like 2 of the worst characters that you could ever put in your party. So I guess if you want a challenge, go right ahead. Okay, so I have Kai and Lorelei. Lorelei is interesting. She's got a long-range weapon, but she can equip a shield. So she's one of those rare people that, you know, like has a bow. I'm pretty sure it's a bow. And she can equip a shield, like I said. So very odd. But you know, that being said, you could technically put her on the front lines, you know, and kind of use her as a tank, and then but kind of be a sniper and, you know, have the ability to hit the back row at the same time. But I don't know, you know, up to you on how you want to use her. That, and then on top of that, you know, she can equip a rune. Granted, she's not very good with magic, so, you know, if you want to equip some sort of other, like maybe an effect rune, like, I don't know, like a killer rune, or maybe like a hazy rune to up her avoidance and stuff, you could do that too. But In all honesty, I didn't ever play around with her very much, just because I had like Kai, and I usually leave Victor in my group the whole time. So that it doesn't really leave much room for, frankly, for other people. And like I said, I had Kai almost the entire game. So Kai and the hero is basically your first two. Victor's 3. I think I used Cleo a lot because she's again, she's a really good caster too. So again, that doesn't leave a whole lot of other people to bring along. And then on top of that, there's just a ton of areas in the game that they force people into your party. So, and then the other thing about Kai that makes him so crazy right away is his weapon actually starts at level 8. So, I mean, his weapon is way higher level than anybody, or than anyone else's, or that you can even get up to level 8 with anyone else for quite a while. But here's Antonio, so we're finally able to recruit him. And then I don't think there's anybody. No, there's nobody else in here. I may have wanted to. Yeah, see, there's one of, like I was saying earlier with Kai's problem is that you can't unequip that hazy rune. That being said, though, with the hazy rune, you can stick him on the front lines, and he's a little more, he'll be a little more durable than a lot of choices. But I don't know. I never really cared for the hazy rune, to be honest. Here's O'Neill. Looks like she's recruitable right now. I think O'Neill is kind of like if you get lost in the game, you can talk to her and she'll give you hints on what you should do. But if you're watching this, she's not going to be very useful to you. I happen to think I'm quite a bit more useful than she is. But you can be the judge. Looks like I just let the killer rabbits go. They have, I think the only drop they have is I don't know, some statue or something like that. And it's, I don't know, kind of what's the point? So here again now, I tried to, there you go, I one-shot her. So I focused her down, obviously, right away, because I wanted to try to get that Pharaoh rune. And then there you can see the hero and Kai's unite attack, and it's so ridiculous. I got a blue ribbon. Better than nothing, I suppose. So I'll put that on Lorelei right away. Because why not? Beast Commander, alright. I was trying to remember the name of that monster earlier, and I couldn't do it. So, I guess it's a good thing I ran into a couple. Thwack. Just so overpowered. Ugh. It's just gross. It feels dirty. They're too good, I tell ya. Alrighty. Oh, here I think I was just stopping in to check out if I could get Kai some upgrades or something. And I must have been mistaken. For some reason, I thought that Kai's karate uniform was fixed on him, but that is not the case. You can actually completely change his gear. It's just that that hazy rune that you can't take off of him. And I don't know, the emblems. Emblems are a decent defense item, but the reason why they're so expensive is because they raise your magic as well, which again on Kai is completely worthless because that hazy rune is stuck on him anyway. So you'll never be casting magic with the guy. And even if you could, you know, I don't know that his magic is all that fantastic anyway. So. But that being said, we're going to wrap this video up. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But hope the videos are helpful. And hope you join me for more. All right. Thanks for watching.